Bangladeshi authorities have destroyed about 20 boats that ferried Rohingya Muslims fleeing violence in Myanmar. According to the refugees, the border guards also beat and arrested passengers and crew as they landed at Shah Porir Dwip on the southern tip of Bangladesh on Tuesday night before the vessels were smashed to pieces by the locals. The local commander of Border Guards Bangladesh, Lieutenant Colonel Ariful Islam, denied there were beatings and said the action was a crackdown on human trafficking and the smuggling of methamphetamine, a drug locally known as yaba. He accused the organizers of the boat journeys of exploiting destitute Rohingyas by charging them for the short trip to Bangladesh. Some passengers told Reuters they had paid 10,000 Bangladeshi taka, $123 each for the trip, although others said they traveled free. More than 500,000 Rohingya Muslims have arrived in Bangladesh from Burma in a recent brutal military operations in the region. Burmese security forces torched the remaining houses in Morichabil, Nakandong and Aluping villages of Butidong and forced more than 1,000 of Rohingyas from other villages from southern Butidong to flee due to the mounting starvation level from the continued military operations in the region on 2 October 2017, complained some suffering locals from various affected locations. Since early morning, military started to burn down the remaining Rohingya houses in the villages of Morichabil, Nakandong and Aluping and forced Rohingyas to flee to the outskirts of the villages. Details of the casualties are still unknown. Rohingyas in the southern side of Butidong Township are also going through tremendous catastrophe where they are starving for a daily meal. Due to the intolerable blockade in the region since the beginning of the unrest, starvation have reached the peak of intolerance and Rohingyas are forced to flee the villages towards Bangladesh. Continuous blockade and military operations on Rohingyas on the northern Arakan state since 25 August, whom were already deprived of all human rights, have left them intolerant and are forced to flee to neighboring Bangladesh without fearing the deadly sea journey. On the same day, in an elephant attack incident, one Rohingya baby died and 2 got severely injured in the Balukali new makeshift camp of Cox's Bazar. According to international agencies, more than 500,000 Rohingyas have reached Bangladesh and are lingering with all basic humanitarian needs. The Rohingyas remaining in their original villages, sheltering in other villages, and living in internally displaced people's camps are constantly threatened by Rakhine militias, including Hindus, Chakmas, and Buddhists, and the armed authorities, according to sources from the ground. The isolated villages in Rathidong, whose inhabitants have not yet left their homes, such as Mosaic, Anaprang, and a few neighboring villages, have been blockaded since 25 August, and they are severely suffering from lack of food and other medical facilities, while the Rakhine surrounding the villages are in phone contact with them, threatening from time to time of attack if they don't evacuate their villages. As the movement of the remaining villages in Mongdo, Butidong, Rathidong, and other townships is strictly restricted, and the people in these villages are facing extreme poverty. On 28 September, the BGP head of Kyandong BGP camp visited some remaining families in the village while patrolling the village and scolded, insulted some people, and vandalized some homes. One of the victims, whose home properties were destroyed by the BGPs, had his home raided again on 30th September by the BGP and military jointly, where most of the villagers have started their perilous journey to Bangladesh, escaping these atrocities. On the other hand, the fleeing Rohingyas from Kwento, Kping, and Kchek, and some neighboring villages are blocked by military at a border cross point of Mongdo. They were stopped in an open space for days without food and shelter. There are about 10,000 escapees. Many of them are in serious health condition due to the long journey on food, starvation, tiredness, and military attack injuries without medication. Humanitarian aid has been denied for a long time access to IDP camps in Sidway, Choctaw, and Maybon, who used to survive on aids only as the camp IDPs are not allowed to go out. By hook or by crook, the authorities, militias, and extremists are trying their best to force the remaining Rohingyas out, either by harassment, blockade, physical attack, restriction to death, or else.